I'm so good at making TikToks, it's crazy. Oh, we're recording. Why, hello, students of Earth and Fire. Today, we will be learning about literary interactions, specifically how setting, character, and plot all intersect or intertwine to work together. Forgive me if you hear some background noises, folks. They decided it would be a good idea to work on the roof of my apartment when everyone's working from home. So I hear a lot of noise. But let's go ahead and get started. So, first thing, we're going to review setting. You all know this by now. You did very well in this assignment. But setting, quick definition, is when and where a story takes place. We're going to move on. Let's review plot. This is the one that some of you had some trouble with. I know, it was a long reading. I'm sorry to do that to you all, but at the same time, I'm not. That's a 7th grade reading. We got to get used to reading those things. So the definition of plot is all of the events that happen in a story. We have that really nice narrative arc that we often use to talk about plot, because every story ever told follows that structure. Next, we have character. The characters, real simple, that's who the story is about, so the people that the story is about. In The Giver, our two main characters seem to be Jonas and the old man, the giver himself. And today we're going to talk about how all of those things interact. We're going to look at a teacher model, and then we will just ask you to do 2 examples. So review, last word, interactions. The interactions are when the elements of a story interact, they have an effect on each other. So when setting clashes or interacts with character, they have an effect. When character interacts with plot, they have an effect. So on this slideshow, we have a few examples for you to read through, and then you need to provide your own examples using both The Giver and a text of your choice. If you don't know what to choose, you can choose The Hunger Games. Okay, so let's look at this one right here. So I'm going to look at setting and character first, and because I just got done reading and crying the whole time I was reading the book Wonder, I chose that. So the setting can have an effect on character. We see that here. So I chose one scene in specific. At the very end of the book, getting lost in the forest, which is the setting, the forest, when and where, that caused Augie and Jack, the characters, to feel nervous in the book in Wonder. So that is how setting has an effect on characters. The forest made Jack and Augie feel nervous. Let's take a look at our next slide. That's the first example. And then we're going to look at interactions, how plot can affect the characters, and how setting can affect plot. We're going to do 2 more examples, and I'll make this quick. So the plot, first example, can have an effect on the characters. I chose The Hunger Games for this example, and I just wrote 2 sentences. That's all you need to write as well. So when the game makers decide to light the forest on fire, that's the plot. It's a part of the story itself. In The Hunger Games, it changes Katniss's strategy. That's the character. She can no longer hide. She must confront and presumably kill the other tributes. The reason that they lit the forest on fire is so Katniss would have to stop hiding and actually kill some people. She got an 11. They want to see her use that skill. And if you can recall, about 2 weeks ago, I showed that Batman clip. So this is how setting can have an effect on plot. We're going to use that example. That's why I put the picture of Bane and Batman here. All right, so setting can have an effect on the plot. When Bane fights Batman in The Dark Knight Rises, they fight in Bane's dark, underground lair. That's the setting. Bane knows the environment better than Batman, therefore he defeats Batman by breaking his spine and is able to overtake the city of Gotham. That's the plot. All right, so we see this and we talk about it without even knowing that we're doing an academic discussion, because oftentimes setting interacts with character, or the plot directly affects the setting. But today I just want you guys to explicitly tell me how you are seeing that. So if you go all the way to slide 7, it's the last slide. This is where it's your turn. You choose any text, book, TV show, movie, whatever you want. It can be a poem. And explain 2 literary interactions within the text. I have the sentence starter here for the first one, so you just really need to erase these blanks and fill it in. And the second one, you need to do on your own. You can use this sentence frame if that's helpful for you, but you do not have to. Either way, I look forward to what you produce. And I look forward to you finishing The Giver, because that's also the assignment today. All right, email me with any questions, and I will see you during our Google Meet today. Have fun.